So we moved into this house probably 12 years ago and we have never changed the paint. So as you could see, it was a bit yellow. Okay, it was very yellow, not a bit. And so finally we decided to paint it and it wasn't such a hassle at all.
As always, a house should feel like your own sanctuary. It's really important for me, especially when designing a home that doesn't have an open floor plan. It's important to have it feel light and airy. And that's exactly what we are going to be doing today. So I guess the biggest change in the house is the paint. Which made such a huge difference. There is so much you can do with paint and so much paint can do for you and for the space that you're in. So first things first was we decided to repaint all the common areas in the house. So from the living room, the foyer, the dining space, and the stairwell as well. In the foyer initially, they had a giant blue painting as the focal point of the house. So as you walk in the door, that's sort of the first thing that you see. Now the painting was a beautiful painting and it actually matches in the color story of the house, which is blues. However, the painting was hung a little bit too high. And so we removed the painting and decided to move it to the gallery wall and instead replaced it with a family photo. I think it's really important to know that this home is a family home. And Mika loves her family and she loves, hanging pictures of them on the wall. So we decided to use a family photo instead as the focal piece while entering the door. And then also we rearranged a lot of the decor on the existing console table. We didn't change the console table, but we did change the way the items were placed. Again, it's really important for me to create different levels. So you'll see that in the decor that's on there right now. And then next is the gallery wall. So the gallery wall initially had family photos in different size frames, which is not a bad thing. But because of Mika's love for artwork, I wanted to use that wall instead to sort of isolate all the paintings. We chose the paintings based on the color story as well. So you're gonna see that on the gallery wall. The color tones are blues, whites, creams, blacks, very, very neutral. If you're working with a small space and you add artwork that have different colors, it's gonna make the space feel smaller. So it was important for us to really pick and choose the right kind of artwork to display on the gallery wall.
I actually appreciate it more now that she fixed it that way. There's more love to it. There's one thing I noticed though. She kicked out everything that was red.
That's not true! Yeah. There's one artwork over there that has a bit of red.
This tiny, but everything else.
No, I think what we were going for was you need to decide on a specific color story for your space. But that's really important.
It was so strong. After we painted the wall, it's like all the reds became like, it was off. So it's not like she forced me, guys. No, this was like willingly and voluntarily. And even my husband was like, part doesn't match. So it actually worked well.
And then also in the living room, there was a lot of colors going on. They had a giant, predominantly red painting above the TV. I felt like there was just too many colors going on, and it's really important that when you're designing a space that you pick and choose certain colors and then work from there. And so I'm glad that Mika sold the red painting. And then we also changed the throw pillows as well, because again, throw pillows were blue and they had a little bit of yellow in them. Mika also had a different rug, which was in place. So I just wanted to sort of neutralize the tone of the space so that we can give way to the artwork in the back. Mika also wanted photos of her families, very specific ones displayed because they mean a lot to her. And so when they look at that space, they're like, oh, okay, yes, she redesigned it, but I still see, what I want to see in that space. Next, we moved to the dining room. Initially, Mika had one large light feature frame. That light was a little bit darker darker in color. And to me, it looked a little bit outdated as well. So we decided to change that. And instead of adding just one light, we did 3. And we changed it to rattan to also lighten up the space, because if you're gonna look around the house, we've added a lot of natural colors to the space. And then we also cleared out her display cabinet, which is right in front of the dining table. Initially, they had a lot of liquor bottles in boxes, so we took them out of all the boxes and we just sort of rearranged the space.
I thought it was hopeless, but I don't know, she has magic. I call it the Maggie magic.
We also painted the cabinet doors to white, and then we also spray painted the handles to black to give it a little bit more contrast. And then we did reupholster 4 of her dining chairs. Mika has different style dining chairs, which works. You don't always have to have the exact same design of dining chair. You can mix it up, you can change it up with different styles and designs. We also decided to hang the more colorful artwork in the dining room instead, because in the dining room the liquor bottles are colorful, so there's a little bit more color over there. For the outside space, Mika said she wanted it to be an area where they can hang out. And the space is very big, and you have a lot of seating, but it just wasn't arranged correctly, so we just sort of rearranged some stuff. We added a coffee table as well in the center, so that you have something where you can put your phone on or your glass of water on. And yeah, just honestly, rearranging furniture and pieces already makes a huge difference in the space. And we also decided to paint the doors, all the sliding doors, to the same color as the wall. If we kept the frames in the darker wood, it would feel a little bit more boxed in. So by continuing the color all around, it makes the space feel much bigger than it is. It's really important to share that we did this renovation in 3 days, which is not really unheard of, but it's really hard to do.
No, it is actually. I've been a customer of Akasa ever since the beginning. And so I guess that's how this all worked out, because I love her stuff, I love her style. So it's important that you trust the person that you are working with, because if not, you're not gonna get anything done.
That's true. Right? Yeah, that is true. It is our job to sort of deliver a space to you or something to you that you didn't think you needed.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's kind of what we did.
I really wanted a homey and cozy feel. That was always the goal. So I thought I achieved it, but I think we did better this time.
Your home is where your story begins. We turned Mika's house into a home that best describes their family. Let me help you tell your story. If you learned something from this video, please leave a thumbs up and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time.